Hey guys, it's Kim Egel, licensed therapist, and in this video, I'm gonna go over what it means to sit with your emotions so they can be processed, felt, dealt with, and you can move on. So here we go. I think it's a really confusing thing when you talk about sitting with your emotions. So what does that even mean? What that means is it's experiencing a sensation or a feeling that's uncomfortable, and it's learning how to be with it and sit with it in the room, in the space that you're in. A lot of us have gotten into a very bad habit of not liking discomfort. We dislike it, so we avoid it and we push things that are uncomfortable away, or we avoid or distract ourselves so we don't have to feel things that are uncomfortable, including emotions. When we get in a habit of doing this, and if we do this time and time again, what is born is the inability to process and feel and deal with our emotional world. That is not good. The trick is to be able to feel uncomfortable feelings as they're coming up and to allow them to be there without distracting yourself or without doing anything so you avoid feeling them. Distraction comes in a lot of forms. And usually we as people have our specific ways that we distract ourselves. Some people drink. Some people binge watch Netflix. Some people overeat. Some people are super busy and are overly planned to the point where they don't have the time to feel what's truly going on with them. In order to start feeling your emotions is to start sitting with them, meaning allowing them to just come up, even though it's uncomfortable. So it's facing something that's uncomfortable and sitting in the space anyways. I like to correlate this to physical pain. So when we're out of shape and if we start working out again, it's not going to feel good. It's gonna feel really hard at first. We're gonna be out of breath. We might be achy and super sore at first. But if we keep doing it, it's going to make us feel better and better in the long run. Dealing with our emotions by allowing them to be in the room with us so they can be felt, be heard, come up, be processed, and then dealt with and let go. That is how you process your emotions in a healthy way. It's how things keep on flowing. When we start avoiding feeling what wants to come up, then we get in a habit of having to repress it or suppress it. And that is not healthy, because emotions that we haven't dealt with, they don't go away. They just get kind of locked inside our mental world and within our physical bodies. And they can manifest into other things. They can manifest into disease. They can manifest into depression. When we don't allow things that need to be felt, there are consequences to that. Sitting with emotions first requires you to be brave enough to face it. It's sitting in the room with fear, letting it hang out with you without running from it. Sitting in the room with being anxious and letting it come up without grabbing a couple glasses of wine so you don't feel it anymore. It's allowing difficult things to be there. And the more and more you do that, the more and more you get used to being in space with things that are hard, to the point where they don't feel as hard anymore. It just becomes more normal that you know how to live in a room with things that are not perfect all the time. And that is healthy. I hope that gives you guys some insight in terms of how to sit with emotions that are hard. I recently wrote a blog post that I'm going to link in the notes below, and it's about how to process uncomfortable emotions, how to feel them. It gives an exercise that you can go through to start getting more in tune with your emotional world and how to process your feelings. So I hope that helps. Thanks for listening. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you find these videos helpful, and cheers guys.